Hello, my name is Darice. Welcome to Moon Life Astro if you're new, and welcome back if you are returning. I do appreciate it. We're going to get into the astrology for the upcoming week, May 7th through May 14th. Hope you were doing well. Just want to check in real quick before we dive into the astrology for the upcoming week. I'm not sure how you have been feeling. I've been a little tired myself. For me, that may have been Pluto turning retrograde on May 4th. I have some heavy Pluto aspects, so that might just be me individually. I don't know if that's the case for you, but if it is, I hope you've been taking care of yourself, taking the breaks that you need to take when you need them. And I can't believe we're already into May. I feel like this year is just flying by. But what's nice about being in May is we get a bit of a breather in terms of some of the more challenging, trickier aspects of astrology. 2025 was kind of a bumpy start, astrologically speaking, and in other ways as well, as we're all perfectly aware of. But this week, I think we're going to have some more actual deep emotional clarity, potentially some powerful healing conversations, and you may even have a chance to ground your vision. So, overall, I feel like this will be a nice week for us. Also, we'll talk about Mother's Day weekend if you're in the United States. That's what we have this weekend as well. It's also a full moon weekend. The full moon isn't until Monday, May 12th, but often most people feel the full moon about 3 days prior, and then about 3 days after. But it tends to feel more intense leading up to it. At least that's been my experience and observation. And you'll often notice 1 to 3 days before any full moon, there's just a lot more emotional intensity in the air. So this is why I like to give people kind of a heads up about it when it's coming. But for this week, we don't have too many aspects actually. We have Mercury entering Taurus May 10th. And this is going to be an opportunity to have some grounded thinking, some practical planning. Mercury, again, our ability to communicate, digest information, how we receive information. Taurus can be stabilizing, grounding, so when Mercury enters Taurus, this can be an opportunity to have the energy slow down. Our thoughts can become more deliberate and rooted. This could be an ideal time for reworking budgets since Taurus is also ruled by Venus, which impacts money and our values. So again, our ideal time for reworking budgets, excuse me, maybe looking at some of your offers, reviewing long-term plans as well. This could be a great transit to review your core business values, even update some of your systems. For example, your CRM, email workflows, standing operating procedures, that sort of thing. A planning prompt, what business processes or decisions need a more grounded approach this month? Something to consider. Then we have the full moon in Scorpio, May 12th. I'm going to do a longer video on this upcoming full moon, but briefly just to touch into it, Scorpio, very intense, a water sign. It can often lead to, well, anytime the moon is in Scorpio, people can be more emotionally heightened or sensitive. And when it's a full moon, there's more emotional intensity. Um, so this could be an opportunity to experience some deep transformations. Some hidden fears may come to the surface. Power dynamics may be revealed, especially again with it being Mother's Day weekend, family gatherings, old unresolved power dynamics may rear their ugly head, unfortunately. But this could also be potential for shadow work, an opportunity for forgiveness, and releasing basically what's draining you. A ritual suggestion, maybe you could journal by candlelight. Ask yourself, what are you ready to release? And what do you need to reclaim your energy and purpose? This could be a great weekend as well to take a salt bath or any kind of energetic cleansing, or set some moon water intention setting. Sometimes with full moons, I like to put out a container of water and glass, put it in the full moonlight near a window, for like the 2 or 3 days leading up to the full moon, and that will charge the moon water, or it makes it moon water itself. And then you can use that for rituals, or you could just add it to your water that you actually drink, like a little bit each day till it's gone, that sort of thing. You can also work with crystals. Black obsidian is great for release and protection, and malachite can also support emotional transformation. The other aspect that we have coming up, Mercury square Pluto, that's also going to be May 12th. So Pluto, again, planet of deep transformation, Mercury, our thinking. So this could be an opportunity to observe some of your own mental power struggles. There may be some truth bombs that are dropped on people, either individually or collectively. Again, another great time for some deep conversations. This Mother's Day weekend may prompt some of that. There may be an opportunity to have those conversations, even though they're difficult. If that is the case, if you do find yourself in that sort of situation, be patient, remind yourself to have grace for yourself, grace for the other person, and to be kind to yourself and to others when communicating your needs, your desires, that sort of thing. It'll be really good this weekend to watch for obsessive thoughts. But this could also be a great weekend, or even Monday, May 12th might be a great day for some therapy, time for rewriting some of your limited beliefs. And you definitely want to avoid, I mean, I'm sure most of the people who are attracted to this channel don't engage in this sort of thing anyway, but avoiding manipulative sales tactics, for example, or power plays. This is a reminder this weekend and this week's astrology to just stay in our integrity. Now, the other two aspects, which I think are kind of interesting, supporting this upcoming full moon, is that for the days of May 7th through May 9th, we have Venus conjunct Neptune, and we also have Mercury conjunct Chiron. And so now Venus coming together with Neptune. Neptune, fantasy, imagination, can sometimes lead to delusion. But with Venus, love, beauty, our values coming together with Neptune, fantasy, imagination, vision. This could be an opportunity to have a new understanding of the passions that we have on our heart, since we do have Venus and Aries still currently in that transit. This could be an opportunity to explore your spiritual creativity and to take a really clear look at idealism versus illusion. So this could be an opportunity to tap into some soft mystical energy, looking at more of your heart-centered offerings, or if you've been considering offering something that's more or closer to your heart, this could be those few days could be a good time to look at that. Also be mindful that this could lead to some financial fog. So I would suggest not making any big purchases without clarity. If you can wait 48 hours before making a decision, that'd probably be a good idea. Spiritually, a good tip, you could channel this energy into creating more visionary content, looking at your branding, story-based marketing, or your spiritual services. Like on myself, I actually am going to be offering general counseling sessions. I do birth chart readings, and I also offer Reiki sessions. But I'm going to add to my offerings just general counseling. So if people want to reach out to me for support, you can just simply email me, and I'll put that in the comments as well. But the email address is spiritweaver31, the actual number, at gmail.com, spiritweaver31 at gmail.com. And also, if you are liking my video and you're getting value out of this, please do like the video. Please do remember to subscribe to the channel. That does help me get that message out to people. And hopefully you will be able to do that. I really do appreciate it. This is also a great time for vision boards. If you need to do a vision board refresh, you could also do some mantra writing, or even painting, maybe use some watercolor, sketching, that sort of thing, that Venus conjunct Neptune. And then also during that same time, May 7th through May 9th, we have Mercury conjunct Chiron. Chiron, again, the wounded healer, or what I often think of, and what other astrologers also say about Chiron is it is the key to our healing. Whatever wound that Chiron activates in your chart, that it's a lifelong opportunity to heal from it and take you to the next level. So there may be some wounding coming up around this time, again, especially because it is leading up to Mother's Day. Maybe there might be some mother wounds that impact how you see yourself. This could be an aspect of how that's playing out in blocks with your business, going to the next level. Is there an unhealed mother wound at play here? This could be a good time to look at that. Mercury supporting Chiron could give us access to the words that we need around those wounds and around the healing. This could support breakthroughs also in just how you talk to yourself, how you support yourself, and also how you support others. This may also be a great opportunity to maybe rewrite your core story about your worthiness, and also your capability as a solopreneur and entrepreneur. An affirmation I suggest: I allow my heart to heal and fuel my purpose. I allow my heart to heal and fuel my purpose. I allow my heart to heal and fuel my purpose. Business application, maybe you could share a vulnerable story with your audience. Authenticity always magnetizes. And this can also be an opportunity to up your messaging to reflect more of your heart and less hustle. Basically, going to keep this pretty short. Like I said, not too much going on this week. Some integration and planning tips. If possible, carve out some solo time. Again, like I said, I know it's Mother's Day weekend. There might be a lot of things happening, a lot of planning and preparations, a lot of family time, a lot of friend time. But if you can carve that out for yourself, do that. This could also be a difficult challenge, especially if you've lost your mother. My mother died a few years ago. Mother's Day can be a bittersweet experience for me. In the past, the first couple of years after she died, all the Mother's Day stuff, all the reminders was pretty painful, actually. And I needed to take time to acknowledge that and give myself an opportunity to re-grieve the loss of my mother again in a different way, at a different level. So if you are dealing with that as well, I'm sending you love and encouragement, and take the time to take care of yourself. If you need to take a moment just by yourself, if the email reminders about Mother's Day trigger you, or the commercials, or hearing other people talk about it, if you need time to just give yourself a space to just acknowledge that you're feeling the grief, or set aside some time later that day or that night to write or just reflect, or write a letter to your mother, maybe a journal entry, or set up a candle on your altar, put her picture there and honor her in that way. Those are the things I've done in the past, and it really did help me release that grief in a different way. And that's the thing that a lot of people who haven't experienced a loss like that don't often understand, that grief is not always just the first few months or that first year after the loss. For some people, the shock, it can last a year, and the deeper grief doesn't really hit you, or you don't experience it until later on, that second or third year, or sometimes even 5, 10 years later. So if that's going on for you right now, acknowledge it. And there's no right or wrong way to grieve. So just wanted to put that out there to people as well. I'm going to keep this short. This is basically all I had for folks. Because like I said, I am going to be doing a longer video on the upcoming full moon. So that should be up tomorrow. So please do check that out. And as always, I'm sending you love, peace, and joy. Again, do please like the video if you got some value out of this. Please do remember to subscribe to my channel. This helps me get the message out to people. And again, I am going to be offering general counseling sessions, and I'll put the details in the comments below. Again, love and hugs to you. Remember to hug yourself for 30 seconds a day. If you haven't been doing that, I've gotten away from that myself. So it's a good reminder to myself as well. Easefully yours, Darice.